Good afternoon, guys. I hope you are doing well. So welcome back to the channel. It is me, Tshidi, Radebe, back on your screens once again, and as promised from my previous video, I am going to be showing you guys how I basically trim my split ends or dust them, because I'm not actually going to be like trimming my whole head, just like where it's needed. But if you are somebody that is struggling with rough ends, or your twists don't really like ravel nicely at the bottom, or you've been over detangling and your hair has been splitting, then please stay tuned, because I think this is a video that you just might be interested in. So I have a ton of things to discuss in today's video. So from one of my favorite subscribers, who'll probably be very happy, because this is going to be a nice long video, because it's going to be one of those like educational videos, and like because I'm going to be getting into like really diving into what split ends are, and you know, what causes them, how to prevent them, and I'm going to be showing you guys somewhere here how to basically trim your ends at home. All right, so first thing is first, the comment section has been wilding. I've been a fan of it. I'm loving it. I love the conversation. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please say something. Say, I like your makeup, the lighting is good, you've got a nice necklace, you have a very nice black t-shirt on, your smile is nice. Anything, say something so that I know you are here, because I don't think you just want to be lingering in the comment section like a creep and not say anything. Girl, I see you. Okay, say hi so I know that you're there. I mean, imagine me not knowing that you're there. Think about it like that, and you're watching me and I don't know. Because guys, don't forget, it's very difficult to be doing all of this. It's just me, the lens. Say something, make me feel good and be like, we see you and we appreciate you, Tshidi. And then please do not forget to like the videos. I see a lot of you have been, you know, your notification bells are on, so that's very good and that makes me happy. So make sure that you don't skip ads either. Okay, don't skip the ads, and make sure that you like the video. All right, so I did mention in my community tab, which if you don't know what a community tab looks like, I will like record a video and show you where you can find the community tab, so that you can be able to take part anytime I upload polls on there, because I did upload one asking you guys if you want me to do a live tomorrow. Most of you, 82% of y'all voted yes, so tomorrow I'll be going live on YouTube 7:30. If you haven't voted, go vote. Maybe you could just be that one person that says no, and then the scales might change, you know, you'll never know. The power is in your hands. Then I will be receiving another box from Indoni Crown Care, so I'm pretty excited to be sharing that with you guys. So make sure that you're subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, you're going to miss the July box, and I'm going to be sharing it with you guys. I don't know when I'll get it, but I'll be getting it. And the other thing, the grease challenge. You guys are making me so happy, because I am looking forward to the grease challenge. But besides all of that, I will be adding a little spin to it. You guys will see. It's going to be a nice surprise, because I cannot talk about it now, so you just have to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, because every time I upload, obviously I will be sharing new information with you guys. So it's been a long intro, so let me actually get into today's video, because I am pretty excited to be letting go of all of this split ends. So let me actually start this video. What are split ends, Tshidi? Split ends is basically when your hair has dried, it has become brittle, it has become frayed, and then it just splits. So imagine this is like one strand of your hair, right? And then now, because you just keep touching your hair, you know, you're styling your hair, you're blow drying your hair, all of these things, it splits into either one split or two splits like that, or three splits. It doesn't really matter. There's different types of splits, which I'm going to be covering with you guys. So that's initially what split ends are. So what causes them, right? So what causes them is, if you are, anytime you're going to be detangling your hair and you are using some sort of tool like a detangling comb or whatever, your hair at the ends will split. And you must remember that the ends of your hair are the oldest, so they're very fragile, hence why I am the queen of finger detangling. But also over finger detangling can be a thing, and also just detangling in general. So try to decrease the like how long you spend on detangling one section. Try not to use tools on your hair. Stick to your fingers. They're very gentle, they're very soft, you're not going to be hurting yourself. So that's the first thing. So anytime you're using any sort of tool, so whether it's a blow dryer or like a comb to comb out your hair, you are causing yourself split ends. Then just the environment in general, right? So the sun, the air, the atmosphere where you are, like the smoke, anything that can cause split ends. Also how you dry your hair. So if you are still into towel drying your hair, first of all, you're giving me stress. Do not do that, please. Rather just use an old t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt, and you should be good to go. If you don't want to do that, then you can just use a microfiber towel, which is what I use. So basically, if you are going to be using a towel and you're just like, you know, this is how you're drying your hair, you're causing yourself split ends. So try not to do that and move on from a towel. Like, that's like so old news. And then just picking on your hair, which is something that we do, and normal friction. So if you're not somebody that wears a silk bonnet or have a silk pillowcase or satin pillowcase or silk bonnet, then you are causing yourself frizz. And anytime you be touching your hair because you're like, you know, I'm looking cute, you're busy causing split ends. So that's like how you can cause your hair to split. Now let us discuss the types of split ends, right? So the first one you get is a baby split. Okay, so a baby split is basically a very small split that has formed like at the ends of your hair. So it's like very small and it's just a little bit, it's not too much, you know. And how you can actually prevent split ends is making sure that you are deep conditioning your hair. And not only that, but you're also using products that strengthen your hair. That's why I love oils, because oils just protect the ends of my hair, and shea butter, and it just makes sure that I don't actually experience any like type, well, I will experience some sort of type of splitting, but at least it's reduced, right? And then you get a Y split. So Y split would be like that, and that just means that your hair has split just a little bit lower, and it has split into two even parts. And then you get a taper split. This is, you know, like when if you were to check your twist, for example. So if you've got nice thick hair over here and then you keep sliding your hair and then it's like starts to thin out a little bit, that's when you know that you're suffering from a ton of tapered kind of like splits. And then you get an incomplete split. So there are different types, so I'm just covering a few, okay? And this is basically a split whereby if it's in the middle, so it starts to split right in the middle of your hair. So you might think that, so imagine this plant over here, right? So this is your hair strand. So you have a nice smooth hair strand, and then all of a sudden it splits right there. So that's like an incomplete split, right? Then you get a tree split. It's exactly like a tree. So it has like, it splits everywhere. So if this was your hair strand, you've got splits here and there and there and there. So it's like a mess. Then you can have a feather split. So this is basically, it's when your split itself, right? I don't even know how to explain it. It's like your hair's damaged, you need to cut it, you just need to let it go. So all of these splits are bad for you, right? So you have to cut all of them. Whether it's a Y split, whether it's a baby split, you have to cut it. And anytime, if you're somebody that suffers from a ton of like roughness at the ends, let it go. And I'm also the type of person that I don't really believe that there are products out there that can help to kind of repair your splits. No, they're not going to be able to repair your splits. You need to ensure that you are preventing them and making sure that you are doing the right things like deep conditioning, making sure that you seal your ends properly. So with all of that being said, let us discuss the tools that you actually need when you have to trim your ends, right? So I will always recommend a shear. That's the only tool you should be using on your hair anyway. So these shears I bought from Natural Hair Co. And they cost me 90 Rand. I like them. These are my second pairs of shears that I've had since I've been natural. The other ones I left at home. But anyway, so this is how it looks like. You always have to make sure that they are nice and sharp, all right? Like, always make sure they're nice and sharp, and you cannot be using your shears for anything else. So you can't now see a little dead leaf, for example, and take the same scissors and like just cut there, or a wire, or like a thread you find on your t-shirt and you just like, oh, let me quickly cut that, you are only solely going to be using this for your hair. All right, because if you start cutting other materials, then you're going to make your scissors dull, and you don't want that, because then it's when you trim your hair, it's going to cause more splits. So now I'm going to do a close-up and show you guys how I'm going to dust off my ends, and there are different ways in which you can actually trim your hair. I'm just going to be trimming in my twist because I'm just lightly dusting my hair. I'm not doing an extreme, like, you know, detailed trim session, because it's not needed, because I keep my hair nice and moisturized, because it all starts in your moisture routine, it starts in your wash day routine, and yeah, which is, I'm going to be discussing all of these things in a separate video, right? Like preventative measures that you need to take to ensure that you're not damaging your hair, kind of vibes, right? And making sure that you are producing healthy hair and you are retaining healthy hair. Okay, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys the health of my ends, right? So this is how my ends look like right now. You can see some are healthy and some just need to be cut, right? Like these over here, they need to be cut. But you can see these two are nice and healthy. So there's no need for me to be cutting these two, because the only thing I'll probably cut is that, you see that hair strand that's over there? I'm going to cut that and let that go, all right? So I'm just randomly picking my hair, right? So this over here, you can see that my hair is very thin, so I don't like to hold on to hair. So what I'm gonna do is, because this is indicating clearly that this is where I should be cutting it, you guys see that? You see it, right? So I'm gonna cut until there, because that for me is too thin. So I'm going to cut that much hair. There we go. So this is how much hair I'm letting go. And that, I know, might seem like a lot to a lot of people, but trust me, your hair is gonna grow back so much healthier and thicker. So trust me on this, right? You see, this one I don't need to take too much, so I'm just going to be cutting right over there. There we go. And then I'm left with a nice even twist. You guys see that? I will always suggest that you start on like freshly washed hair, or like co-washed hair, or damp hair. Don't cut your hair when it's dry. My hair is not dry right now, it's slightly damp. You guys can see that, like you can even see the circumference nicely of my hair. And then yeah, so this is how I would recommend you trim your ends. And then I'm just going to cut over there. There we go. You see? So once you have done that, you can, let's see, actually, because I have just trimmed this one, let me undo my twist completely to see if I have done that nicely. I know that my hair grows in like the same length kind of vibes, so each twist that I have grabbed, it's kind of the same length, so I don't think that my hair should give me any problems. And the cool thing about after you have cut your split ends is that you're going to have nice, you're going to be experiencing less knots at the end and a lot of smoothness, and your hair's just going to be able to, like, you know, smooth ends. So I am pretty happy with this, and that's how it looks like. It might look rough right now because the ends of my hair are a little bit dry, so I can feel that my hair on the outside was damp, but in the inside was not as damp as I thought it would be. But anyway, this is how it looks like, and this for me is good. Like, I can live with this. I mean, if you want, you can just cut a little bit more, like so, just so that it's nice and even, you see. So you won't do a terrible job. And the reason why, so I look a little bit crazy, but I can't do this because I have so much information for you guys. So the reason why I would suggest that you cut your hair in splits, or you trim your hair in twists, is because not everybody knows how to actually cut their hair, and you could be new and you don't even know where to start. You just like, Tshidi, first of all, I don't know if I currently, right now as I'm watching this video, do I need a trim or not? Like, how do I analyze that? So you will see, like I showed you guys, like your hair at the ends will just not be able to twist up. It won't be able to do a lot of things, and you will notice that your ends are quite rough. So if you're new and you don't know what you're doing, I would recommend the safe method is to trim your hair in your twists, right? I promise you're not going to do a terrible job. And also, again, if you're going to be asking like, how often should I be trimming my hair, that's entirely up to you. I'm not going to come here and say, you know, do it every 3 months or 6 months. No, that is all dependent on your wash day and how you treat your hair. And the natural hair calendar is going to drastically improve the health of your hair, I promise. All right. And a lot of you have been saying in the comment section that you are loving the fact that I'm growing my hair in twists, because it's also teaching you how to grow your hair in twists. I promise you, healthy hair, like your hair will be so much healthier if you just leave it alone. Leave your hair alone. Don't be picking in your hair, don't be touching your hair, don't be doing too many hairstyles, don't be over manipulating your hair. All right, so I would suggest that only dust your ends when you need to, right? You know the health of your hair because you know how many times you deep condition, you know how you treat your hair during the week if you're not wearing a scarf. So the more you're using tools, the more you're using a towel to dry your hair, the more you are not detangling with your fingers, for example. Obviously my schedule is not going to be the same to yours, right? So if you are that type of person and you are not wearing a certain button when you go to bed, obviously now you have to be trimming more often than necessary. So trust me, all of the advice that I give you guys, it's not like things that I'm just like sucking out of my thumb. All of these things tie in beautifully together at the end, because you end up having healthy hair and you don't have to trim as often as somebody, or rather as frequently as somebody who doesn't necessarily take care of your hair the way you do or I do. You get what I mean? So I know this video was long, but I think it will be very, very beneficial to a lot of you. So what I'll continue to do is just trim my hair and then just place it somewhere here, and you guys can watch me as I trim and just show you guys the overall health of my hair in twists right now. So whew, I am tired. This was a long video. Thank you guys so much for making it this far. Okay, thank you so much. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, do not skip the ads, make sure that your notification bell is on, and I will definitely see you guys tomorrow at 7:30. Bring all of your natural hair questions because I am ready for you guys. I have missed you. I've missed like chatting live to you and all of the stuff. So please make sure that you invite everybody that you know, and we can just have like a drill. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7:30. Bye for now.